Right, now you're really big on the European side, especially on the live touring side. Can you tell us a bit about the European market as far as AC/DC are concerned?
The European market, they're really quite strange over there. There are a lot of freaks over there. You know, they're sort of not punk, and they're not terribly young.
I was about to say, you might feel at home if there are a lot of freaks going on. Sorry.
Oh, you find a few on the street after the show in the gutter.
Right.
But they're sort of... Oh, it's really hard to say, but they're more...
Are they an emotional audience
freak,
or what?
Yeah, emotional.
Ready to rock, you know?
Probably more so than the rest of the world. You
Yeah.
know? They're crazy, because like European bands don't play rock music, and if they do play it, they don't play it well, you know? So the only rock they get is from England, America, and now Australia.
Right, now let's look at 4 countries, right? You've got the USA, which you're about to leave for and do an extensive touring side. You've got the European market, you've got the British market, and you've got the Australian market. Does the band change at all, or you just play the same thing for every market and use the same approach?
Exactly the same, yeah. There's no need to change. I mean, we're what we are, and we ain't going to change for nobody, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just... But it doesn't, like, you could put them all in one room and you couldn't tell one from the next. Like, they're just the same the world over, you know.
Well, what do you think will be the next single in Australia? Let There Be Rock?
Isn't it there yet? Isn't that the single?
I don't know, is it?
No.
Well, it's certainly not out.
Hang on, a voice from heaven says, yes.
A voice from
Let There
heaven?
Be Rock.
Right, now what about an album?
We recorded an album last time we were back there. As yet, it's not finished. We've got a few things, we've thought about it and changed a few things. There's a live album probably coming out soon. It's taken from concerts in Glasgow, My Music Bowl. There was one recorded in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. But there's about 4 in all, you know. And that might be sort of put into a live album, the best of the 4 concerts.
Right, now tell us about your American plans.
Yeah, we're going back there in a couple of weeks to tour with Kiss, supporting Kiss, and a band called Rush. You mightn't have heard of out there.
No.
You know? And we're doing about 12 dates with those bands, and a few of our own, and some co-headlining with a band called UFO.
Right, we've heard of that.
You know, UFO.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, just on the Kiss tour, right? Have you seen Kiss perform yet, live?
Yeah, I saw them in London last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
quite spectacular.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be an amazing contrast between yourselves and obviously Kiss. Both very visual.
Well, yeah. See, the guy that what's his name? Tell me the bass player's name from Kiss.
I don't know.
No? Coral, tell me the bass player's name from Kiss. He's a popular guy, isn't he?
Coral?
He came along to our show or one of our shows in the Whiskey in Hollywood to see us play, you know, and he come up to us and said, look, I dig your band, and we're touring in December, and we'd like you to tour with us, you know. And they played to 80,000 people. You know?
Yeah, right, I mean, they're huge.
So the show should be quite amazing.
Now, on the songwriting side, have you written many songs of late? I mean, the band and yourself, or...?
Well, we haven't written. Like, while we're touring, you're sort of compiling all your ideas and things you rip off from here and there around the countryside, like, you know. And I've got pages of stuff, and out of it might come, 3 or 4 good ideas for songs. Yeah. Thanks.
Make it 33-1.
Right, with all that's happening, I mean, have you had much chance to group yourself to write many songs over the last, say, 3 or 4 months?
No, we did about 10 last time back in Australia, but and I wrote the words to 2 songs about on the last tour, like on the road, and got back home and found out there was the same titles and almost the same lyrics as somebody else's.
Did you?
And I was really pleased with them too. I thought, oh, this is great. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what is going to happen over the next 6 months then, apart from, like, you're in America? Will you be coming back to England during that time, or what?
No, well, going to America for a month until Christmas.
Right.
Back to Australia for about, till probably the start of March. Record, do a few dates, yeah, like Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, or other places, and get a bit of sun. Be nice for a change.
And how's Angus going? How did Angus go over with I mean, like this time last year, the papers were going crazy and, you know, talking about this great little guitarist that's got so full of energy. How did he go in America?
Oh, they couldn't believe him in America.
Yeah.
No. I like the Americans are mad. Anything new, they really go crazy for it, you know. And although like only the rich people over there can afford to send their kids to schools where they have uniforms, this is, like the novelty of it was just overwhelmed them, and the energy the band puts out, they couldn't believe it, you know. Because the band's getting more, you know, just
now,
more.
How many
and more
gigs
rocky.
did you do in America?
About 28.
And how did you go?
Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah, did a few blow-offs here and there.
Yeah.
It's good.
And how did the music press over there? You know, did you read any reviews or anything?
Yeah, many good reviews. Yeah. I don't think I read one bad one actually. You know.
Yeah.
They it's just that, I see over there, it's pretty laid back, you know. And the band comes along that rocks its ass off, man, you know, and you're right in there, and they just love you.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop.
Now, when you come back, you're doing some recording, right, in the studios. What are you finishing off an album, or?
Well, you know, the tracks we've done for the last album, we're going to clean a few of them up, you know, just sort of make them help, because we've had a tape and we've listened to the tape on and off over the last 5 months, and we sussed out a few things as to and how to sort of make the songs better, you know. And any new ideas we get as well, we'll put them down.
Was the approach last time you were back, for that time that you were recording, to sort of almost stay low profile as far as television and all of that was concerned, in the press?
Yeah, well, you know, dig this. We've been working non-stop since the band started. You know, 8 months before I joined the band. You know.
Yeah.
And you just got to have a break. You know. And so the main thing about being back there last time was to actually write the songs, record them, break in the new bass player to the way of the band. That's why we only played 1 or 2 gigs back there, both at the Bondi Lifesaver. You know. Just got to have a break occasionally. You know?
Well, listen, thanks for coming on Countdown again.
It's all right.
And
no worries, Ian. They still call you Ian, do they?
Yeah, well, Molly. And we wish you the best of luck in America.
Thank you.
And it's good to see that the album is really starting to break in, really starting to break into the top 200. What is it? You know, it's around about the 150 mark.
150 with an arrow.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Not quite as fast, not quite as fast as the bullet.
As the bullet. All right. Well, best of luck, and we'll look forward to seeing you come home and doing some tour dates.
Looking forward to getting back there.
Take care, Bob.
See ya.
Thanks, mate. Right, can we do a...
Right, 34-1. Right, 35-1.
I never know.
Right, 36-1.